A narcissist will date anybody under the sky as long as this person they're dating gives them the enormous supply in the form of attention, admiration, validation, or even enabling, if that is what the narcissist is after. But there are some older narcissistic men who go after or chase young women and make them their primary source of supply. Why? Because that is a way to escape their truth. Their truth is aging. They are becoming weaker as time is passing. So they want to create a false reality through this person they are dating, and that is why they chase them. There are many more reasons, and we'll be talking about these reasons in today's episode. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. In this episode, we'll be talking about why older narcissistic men chase younger women or date them. If you have been a victim of such a narcissistic man who left you for a younger woman, this episode is a must watch, or if you're listening to this on a podcast channel, you must listen it to the end, because this will validate your experiences and will help you to understand why it wasn't your fault, why it wasn't about your flaws or faults as they made it up to be. It was about them, more about them and their insecurities than you. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe, because your subscription will help spread the awareness, and push the bell icon to stay notified. Without further ado, let's dive into the topic and gain clarity. Narcissists can gain supply from anyone, as I said in the beginning of this episode. They can choose even those who they are not romantically interested in or sexually oriented towards. People of the same sex, opposite sex, different genders, different possibilities and different aspects, because they want supply. As long as they get attention from someone, as long as they are put on the pedestal, as long as they're worshipped, it works for them. But there is a specific group of narcissistic men who go after younger women, which is not to say that you're a narcissist if you're a man who is into dating younger women. Of course not. To draw such an inference would be very uninformed. What we're talking about here is specifically the narcissist functioning, what they do as they get older. So this narcissistic man who goes after this younger woman chooses this person because this helps the narcissist escape the reality of their life. The reality at this point is that they're aging and their capability to acquire and retain supply is declining. So they go after the easier prey. The narcissist assumes that this new prey is immature, is naive, and very easy to control. And there is always some kind of dependency that the narcissist creates. They mostly look for those younger women who are in some kind of need, mostly financially, and they come across as the fulfiller of that need, so that the new supply doesn't even think of leaving. This also gives the narcissistic man the authority, full authority over their life. The new supply doesn't get to have a choice, they don't get to have a voice, and the narcissist doesn't need or wouldn't need to put on a mask or a facade to lure them into the trap, because there is already a dependency that has been created, which to a narcissist is the permission to exploit them in any way they want to. One more interesting thing that we need to notice or to understand is that the narcissist's false self is showing up cracks. Therefore, they need to cover these cracks. What do? They create an external false self through this new person. They create an illusion for themselves by thinking that, yeah, I'm dating a younger person, which means I am also young, which is a kind of vicarious living. They're living off of this new person as a parasite to escape their truth. We always say the narcissist doesn't want to face their truth, their reality. They have a false self and they have created this false illusion, and this is a living, breathing example of that. The younger woman also serves as a trophy, a new image they can project to the world to show that they have this thing to display now. They are living through the attention that the new young person gets them. They are living through the admiration or whatever it is. They make it about themselves somehow and think that other people think highly of them by seeing them with this new supply. It is a very immature way of thinking, a childish way of thinking, but that is how their world works. You also need to understand that if you were to confront them, if you were to ask them or try to understand why they did what they did, they would make it about your flaws, your faults, and how you were failing them. How this marriage or the relationship they had with you was failing because their needs were not getting fulfilled. They would try everything in their capacity to belittle and humiliate you. They may say, for the first time, I'm feeling love. For the first time, I'm experiencing love with this person. I am in love with them head over heels. I never knew love until I met this person. It might have been only a couple of weeks since meeting this person, and the love they have, the narcissist has for this new supply is pouring, oozing out of every pore and hole in their body, which doesn't make sense and tells you how unrealistic it is. Because when they met you, probably they pretended to feel the same way. They were experiencing the same high of youth, of the supply, of the attention, of the validation, whatever it is they got. And now the same thing is being transferred to this new person. You also need to understand the emptiness of the narcissist. Nothing is enough. Because if you provided them everything that a person needs to give their partner to have a healthy relationship, still they chose to cheat on you. Still they chose to leave you for this new person. And that is a living proof to say that they are empty within. To say that there is a hole in the bottom of their vessel, and no matter what is poured into it will leak itself out because the container has a defect, not you. This new person that they are with also makes the narcissist think that they are young. It's very delusional, to be honest with you, to kind of witness all of this, but they might be looking themselves in the mirror and admiring the looks if it is a somatic narcissist, and it's like they have put on the self of this new person and are living through it now because they start thinking that they are quite young. Let's say they are in 50s. In their delusional thinking, they see themselves in their 20s if the new person is in their 20s, which again tells you how insecure they are, how unreal they are, and how dissociated they are from their authentic self. So you must not take it seriously and understand that this is a way to escape their truth. This is a way to find a prey which is easy to manipulate, easy to use, easy to discard. This gives them the absolute control over the other person. They left you for your own good, and you need to take that as a blessing and never look back, because there is nothing to miss when it comes to the separation, when it comes to the divorce. It is an opportunity that was given you by God, by divine, or whatever you believe in, to start your own life without this parasite. Now this parasite is someone else's responsibility, and you need to understand that no matter how many people they meet, how many people they date, and no matter how many relationships they are in, all of them, all of these scenarios are going to meet the same end. That was it for today's episode. I hope you found it insightful. If you did, please let me know in the comments, drop a like and share this episode. I'll talk with you in the next one. Until then, let the healing begin.